This is a story in the Wall Street Journal today. Qualcomm CEO foresees home base stations. What's that?
Well, so this is an interesting thing that right now everybody wants to get all this data on their smartphone, and they're upset when it doesn't work that well.
Right.
The other thing they're upset about is they pay a lot to the wireless operator, and the wireless operator sometimes doesn't give them as much data as they'd like. So we said, well, how do we fix that problem? And we were thinking, hey, we need to get 10 to 12 times more capacity on the network. NTT Docomo from Japan comes in and says, no, we want 1,000 times more
capacity. Yeah.
So we say 1,000, oh my God, what are we going to do? But it turns out this small cell idea is the idea. You're going to have these little things, size of a pack of cards. It'll cost less than a cell phone because it's basically built like a cell phone, but it doesn't have a screen or memory or battery and those kinds of things. And you just plug it into the wall and it'll give you very high data rates. But not only that, it'll also serve the people who are coming by outside the house. And it turns out that if you just get these small cells into a few people's houses, most of the traffic of the network ends up on the small cells. So you need the big network still, the one that we all use, but it doesn't have enough capacity for all of us to download videos all the time. So most of the traffic goes onto these small cells.
How much growth is left in the smartphone wave?
Yeah, I mean, it's, it's
a lot.
Amazing. Yeah, well, like I said, 5 billion. I mean, the growth rates this year, just the first half of this year, there were 300 million smartphones sold. That was up
300 in the first what?
First half of the year.
Half of the year. For the first 6 months of 2012.
300 million.
300 million.
Up 45% year over year. And that's only 39% of all the devices shipped. So there's still a long way to go. Next year, the projections are basically half of all phones shipped will be smartphones, which is really amazing because when I was running the handset business in the early days of Qualcomm, you were lucky if you could sell 10% of high-end phones. Now everybody wants these things.